Whoa. Okay. The excitement is palatable because I don't know if y'all are looking carefully at your screen because that's PJ Morton. PJ Morton, I tell you, it's a shame I'm not here beside you, but it's probably a good thing too because you need to keep this excitement
Yeah.
at bay.
No, man, I can feel the love. I can feel the love. It's good. It's good to be with you, Kelly.
I mean, I have not sat down with myself anyway because I'm not new at it, but I haven't had the opportunity to sit down with such an accomplished individual in music. And I
Thank you.
absolutely love music. Now I'm on the gospel
Yeah.
side, the light 103.9.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're here to talk about some of your new release singles and also your current album, Saturday Night, Sunday Morning. I want to talk to you about that 'cause I'm a church girl. That kind of got my
Yeah.
mind going right there.
There we
So,
go.
PJ,
Let's
tell
talk about it.
everybody why you decided to do this and what's going on with you.
Yeah, I mean Saturday night, Sunday morning. I mean it kind of. I started using that title. I was going to be a documentary at first. It eventually turned into my memoir. But it's kind of a title that just explains me in a way, kind of like the dichotomy of who I am. Saturday night, Sunday morning. I'm a preacher's kid, grew up in church, but I always had a love for R&B, soul music, and thrived in it. Started to work in it, started to write and perform in R&B. Got my first placement with NDRE in college. So I've been in it a long time, but also never left gospel music as a songwriter. Wrote Let Go, Let God, early on in my career, over and over for Trinity 5-7. And of course, my father, all my dad's music, Bishop Morton, I worked on. But there was kind of an unspoken rule that, I could work on these things separately. It's fine, PJ, that's great, do that, and do that on your side. But it was an unspoken rule that you're not supposed to do them together, or you're not
Right.
supposed to speak of them together. And for me, it just didn't line up with what I was seeing in life. I wrote this book called Why Can't I Sing About Love in like 2009, and my dad did the foreword. And he's in the foreword, he said, that even he was wrong, in thinking this way. This was tradition, and I always say faith comes by hearing, even if you're hearing the wrong thing over and over. But if we're being honest, he was like, I wasn't listening to Amazing Grace when I was trying to date your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't setting the mood. And I want to sit down with anybody who thinks that Amazing Grace is going to set the vibe, for a date or something. And so I think, we see these families in these
Yeah.
churches, we see these relationships, we see people getting married, we see
Yeah.
all of these things. And I think those things are unspoken. It's just like quietly happening. But if we're being totally honest, we're not walking around saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus all day. We're saying, man, the weather is, man, it's hot today. The sky is blue. If I write a song about it being hot today, though, or the sky being blue, then it's all of a sudden a secular song. And so it was hard for me to reconcile with that. So I said, well, if anybody's going to talk about love, talk about relationships, talk about life, why wouldn't it be from a believer? God is the ultimate creator. He created love. Love is biblical. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
absolutely.
so I think that we've looked at that the wrong way. And so I said, not only am I going to continue to do what I'm doing by, still in the band Maroon 5, doing the pop thing, still doing my soul R&B thing, still writing for gospel, just one best gospel album with Darryl Walls this year at the Grammys. So still very much apart. But I said, no, I'm going to put them in the same place this time. Saturday night and Sunday morning, and I think it's our full experience. It's
Yeah.
working that long week and decompressing on a Saturday, right? But Sunday, historically, we go for community and our faith and recharge for that week that's coming again. And so I just think it's the full experience, and I wanted to be one of the people to have this conversation, because I think I qualified in a lot of ways.
Well, it's a lot of R&B singers that have gospels. I mean, Aretha Franklin in their
Of
blood, and
course.
we heard from Whitney. They like gospel music. They came out of church.
Of
Most of them
course,
came
yeah.
out of church,
Aretha gave me a
and
quote for that book. Yeah, yeah.
come on now, and a lot of us think about it now. To be truthful, we
Let's
turn that
go.
great song that we love off it before we step out the car to go into church, because
Yes.
we've always talked about the fact that we you got to be honest. You
Yeah.
like R&B music. You're a Christian person, but I never saw the problem with liking both.
Yeah.
I have some
Yeah.
of my
That's
favorite artists are R&B
yeah.
artists.
Absolutely. And God sees us. God, it's like you could trick the church people,
Yeah,
but God sees all. So I think even in him, he's like, whoa, why are you trip? Why are you tripping?
right,
And does it now understand if some music tests your faith or it goes against your faith? But that's not the music I'm talking about. I'm talking about the music where you could feel like, oh, this is a story. This is a beautiful song that was put together about love, about life.
right.
And when I know when I'm making them, I don't have to change who I am to write this song. I was the same guy when I wrote "Let Go, Let God" than I did when I wrote my song "First Began" or "Say So." I'm the same person doing this, and I think we just need to have an honest conversation about that. And say, Kirk Franklin always told me, as long as Jesus can be in the room when you singing it or writing it, and I'm like, yeah. Jesus could be sitting right next to me when I sing this love song. And that's been my comfort and that's been my message.
Well, you got to do release single Mercy. Tell me
Yes,
about mercy. I'm like wondering, where did that come? Because we all need mercy every single day.
that's
What have
right.
you found mercy showing up in your life?
Yeah, I mean, every single day. I mean, mercy is the unmerited favor. Unmerited means that you can't earn it. You can't. No merit of your own. That is, you can't study enough. You can't be good enough. You don't deserve God's mercy. It's only because He allows that. And so for me, it's a nice little bounce to it, to this song. But the message is old school. Almost lost my life, but you made old death behave. This is stuff I heard growing up in church. And mercy, man, it's something that is a thread through any believer's life. We need it every single day. Like I said, we're imperfect, and there's nothing we can do to be perfect. It's only because of God's mercy. So I love that
Absolutely.
song, and man, it's been connecting to people, and
So,
I'm so excited about
listen, we all are excited about you, PJ.
it.
That ain't nothing. So let me just say this right here. Have you
Yeah.
and your father thought about collaborating on a piece? And if you did, would he do R&B as well?
Man, that's a good question. Will my dad do R&B? He was supposed to compete against Marvin Gaye back in the day. Atlantic was trying to sign him, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna be a preacher." He ran out of the audition. I don't know. My dad has come around. He loves it now. I think he's just settled in what he's doing. For me, he would probably do it. We did a remake of "Let Go, Let God." I produced some songs for him, and we've done some collaborations. But that would be interesting, actually. I don't
It
know.
would
Maybe
be,
he
wouldn't
would.
it?
Yeah, he'd sing a love song to my mom. I bet he would. I bet he would. Yeah.
Well, I know that you've been certainly you've had your feel in the R&B theater. You've been
Yeah.
with Maroon. You're like 15 years with them as a
That's right. Yeah.
keyboardist.
Yeah.
And we see Adam a lot of on some of the shows on television.
Oh yeah, on The
Have you
Voice for
just
sure.
thought about doing one of the shows? Have that been something you might want to do?
Man, me and Adam have talked about it. I'm supposed to be a coach by now or something. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
A guest coach. It hasn't happened yet, but we have talked about it. I love those, and a lot of times, um, the people on those shows, they're singers. So they know me because
Yeah, yeah,
the real
yeah.
singers are familiar. And a lot of times, Adam told me, "Man, I use that every time. That's a card for me right there. If I tell them, PJ's in my band, they like, I'm going with I'm going with Team Adam. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
he
he's
got
cheating. He
yeah.
verbally cheating.
Now you got to use what you got. You got to use what you got, Callie. But hopefully, yeah. Now I would love to do that. I love talent. I've always tried to platform new talent and put new singers in front of people. So I think it would be a natural fit. I would love to do it.
So you're going to be in Raleigh, I understand, at the Martin Mary, but the Marietta Center, Martin Marietta Center,
Yes,
and that's
yes. On the
August
14th.
14th.
That's right.
August
That's
the
right.
14th. Are
Yeah,
you
I can't wait.
excited?
I'm very excited. Man, Raleigh always shows me so much love. I mean, we always have such a good time. And I know this won't be any different. It's been a little while, so I can't wait to get back. But it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be
A,
an
a
amazing
full
time.
band, correct?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got to bring the squad with me for sure. And man, I mean, our shows are they're power packed. You know what I'm saying? It's like a range of things that happen, a range of emotions. I always say, just a full experience where you gonna dance, you gonna laugh, you gonna cry, but you gonna leave feeling fulfilled. And like you had a warm hug. I try to take you away from whatever's going on in your
Wow.
life And for that 90 minutes or so, we just escape, man, and have a good time all together. It's very much a community vibe, and so I can't wait to get back.
Well, here's a question. I'm going to way back into your memory. Um,
Hmm.
what was it that made you know that you were a musician? I mean, of course, growing up in the church, we all think we can sing,
Yeah,
but what was it? Because what you're doing is huge. I mean, you have been with so many people: Stevie Wonder, Nas, Lil Wayne, Erica Badu, and it goes
yeah,
on and on and on. But what was it inside? Because a lot of people haven't found themselves yet. They have a
yeah.
gift or a talent, and they haven't nurtured it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're visual people. I had church, but I had my family, which were
Mm.
very, very musical, and I just thought that was our fun time, doing
Oh,
music and stuff. I thought all families were like ours; everybody could sing and play something. But
it's
for
not
me, that's
true.
where it started. No, it's not. I've discovered now it's not true. But like growing up, man, yeah, it was there. The music was there, and so I got to watch and see it, and then got my training in church and whatnot. But I think it was just my love. I would notice like, oh, I care about this little part of this song that nobody else cares about. Like this part touched me. I'm like, y'all didn't hear that, And so I started
Wow.
to realize, you might be just a little different. But because I had other musicians around me, because a lot of times that's all we need is for somebody to affirm it and say, no, you're right.
Yes.
You're actually good. No, that actually, and so I'm so blessed that I had people that could do that for me when I had these crazy ideas, or somebody to just confirm that and affirm me. And so it started very young for me, knowing that this is what I
Yeah.
love.
Well, you got 6 Grammys and you were
I
nominated
do.
22 times.
Man, that's crazy.
Come on
That's
now.
crazy. Yeah, it still blows my mind. I won't lie. I won't lie.
What do you put them? Where you have them at in your house? The Grammys.
Oh look, I don't know if I can show you. There's four of them on the piano over there.
I see. I can see it over there.
Yeah, it's four of them sitting on the piano, but I have two of them are actually in Nashville at the National African American Museum
Wow.
of African American music. Yeah, there's a whole exhibit right there, Saturday night, Sunday morning exhibit, and they got two of my Grammys there, and so I got 4 to 6 at home right now, though, sitting here. Yeah.
Did we get
Okay.
me had a little glitch there for a second? I hope everything
Oh
came out. Now
shoot.
I know you're from New
I
Orleans.
shouldn't have moved. I
Quick
shouldn't have
question.
moved the computer. My bad. That was on me.
That's okay.
Okay.
Listen, I know Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. How were you all affected by that?
Well, for me, I was living both in Atlanta and New Orleans at that time. I just finished Morehouse College, and for me, I mean, it destroyed my apartment here in New Orleans at that time, and really just switched my whole plans of what I thought I was preparing to do. But for me, I always take those things as signs. I always try to find the positive in that. So I was fully there. I mean, my parents had to come live with me at my house in Atlanta initially before they figured out somewhere to stay. So it was really surreal. It was like the roles reversed. It's like I had to take care of my parents. But all in all, man, I really took that as a turning point for me of like even focusing more on what I
Yeah.
wanted to do and what I wanted to say, because I was traveling to New Orleans to help my dad with the church there, and I was just splitting my time. So for me, it allowed me to just lock in even more in a different way. And so I try to look at Katrina, although it was life changing. I try to find the positive in that. If my wife, who wasn't my wife then, moved 2 exits away from me in Atlanta, I took that as a sign. We started really getting serious at that point. We've been married 18 years this coming
Wow.
December, and so
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. But I owe that to Katrina as well. So like I find the little nuggets, the positive nuggets in it.
That's a God person, They're always
Yeah,
trying to find God in it. Because I'm on
absolutely.
a search for him every day. It's like, where am I going to
That's right.
find him today? What is he going to do
That's right.
today?
Because
How
I
are you
know
going to
he ain't gonna
surprise
leave
me
me.
today?
Yeah, I know he's not gonna leave me. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever this is, I know God's there. So, we're gonna be all right.
Was there anything you want to leave us with that we don't know, that we should know, and we want to know?
Um, I mean, you've covered a lot. I just I hope people experience this album, and try to experience both sides and try to find where you fit in to all of this, and finding the balance of who you are, and really,
Yes.
hopefully it empowers your faith more than it challenges it. It's like, man, I'm all of this. I think us as complete Christians, as complete believers who can relate to people, become better witnesses. Being able to relate to people. I know we grew up with people in church where it was so deep, it was like no earthly good. It's like I
Yeah.
can't even have a
Yeah.
conversation.
I
You know what
remember
I'm
those.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think this is really about us being balanced, not going away from our faith, but like being even stronger in it, and understanding, man, this is all God. All of these pieces of my life, who I thought I didn't want to happen, Katrina, all of these things, all of this was meant to create me being exactly who I am today. And I want people to listen to the music, and of course, Raleigh, I want y'all to show up, and we're gonna have a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Listen,
on the
God
14th.
orchestrated this for me today, that I am talking to the great, great
Yes,
PJ Morton.
man,
Can
it's
you
so good to
believe
talk
it?
to you. It's so good to
Look
talk to
at
you.
me. Somebody
Yes,
take a
indeed.
picture.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
making us feel good and giving us something to think about. I mean, because I'm sure a lot of Christians, you might get some, pushback from some
oh yeah,
Christians who are like, you got to stay one road and not the other. We're gonna help them along, but
yeah.
in the meantime, we're gonna praise and thank God for you. And I look forward to seeing you on August the 14th.
Look forward to seeing you too, and everybody. And I welcome all the challenges, all the talks, because this is all in love, honestly, coming
Absolutely.
from a place of love, and as long as we do that, I think we're all right.
Well, I love you, PJ.
I
Have
love
a
you too.
have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so much. All right,
Thank
talk
you.
to you soon. All
Okay,
right.
bye bye.
All right, bye bye.